Hello. Today we are talking about a huge money waster. And it is something that I think I've only done 2 or 3 times in my entire adult life. And that is running to the grocery store when I need something. Have I ever just said, oh, I'm out of X, I got to go to the grocery store and get it?
Nope.
But maybe a couple of times, maybe. And that was only for recipe testing.
I've only ever, occasionally when I was working away from home, you would say, hey, would you stop at Aldi and grab me that?
Yeah.
But not very often.
The one specific time I remember having to do that was we were having a party last year. And all the food I was making, my oven broke down. So all the food I was making, I couldn't make. So I did run to the store for that. But I just do not run to the store. If I run out of something, tough cookies, Tara. So what do I do instead? First of all, I shop to stock my pantry, my refrigerator, and my freezer. I don't shop to meal plan. I don't meal plan and then shop. I eat from what I have on hand. So like tonight, I didn't think, ooh, steak sounds good. I think I'll go get me a steak. No, we had the leftovers from my birthday party last night. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight. People going to the grocery store just because they need something do not understand how much they are wasting on their grocery bill by doing that all the time. So I would say don't ever shop more than once a week, or preferably once a month. Did we just hear a huge gasp from the audience? Now, when we lived in Idaho, we lived 70 miles from the nearest grocery store.
Yeah.
And I shopped 12 times a year. I did. Maybe even less. And so what I was doing, what I would do, that's where I kind of started with the stockpile. And we had a super teensy tiny house. So I did not have a huge stockpile in that house. But I had enough that we could probably get through 2 to 3 months worth of food if we needed to. If we were stuck by mudslides again, one time we were stuck 2 months in our town because 2 weeks after we had moved to our new town in Idaho, we had just moved there from Texas. Unprecedented mudslides happened in February and completely blocked all the roads to get out of my town, our town. We couldn't get out. So that's kind of what started me on this whole prepping stockpile thing was, wait a minute, we could actually be trapped here for months. And thankfully, we lived on the Indian reservation at the time. And they had, the commodities that they give to Indians on the reservation, or they give like people who are disabled or elderly. I don't know if they do that so much anymore, but it used to be a huge thing where you go get commodities. And thankfully, the Indians had a big stockpile of their commodities. So we were able to go down and get some of that for food, but we didn't even have a refrigerator at that point. All of our food that we did have was outside in a cooler. And so that's why we stockpile. Now, I'm not saying you have to go and have a whole room full of food. I happen to have a room full of food, but that's mostly just for my show. I use it for videos. If it was real life, I would probably have 3 shelves worth, maybe 4 shelves, but I don't know. I might have what I have now anyway. I would probably have what I have now anyway. But it is slightly more just so that I can talk about it more on camera and have all the examples on camera. But honestly, if we had, half of what we have, we'd be able to get by just fine for 6 months probably. So I'd like to challenge you to start cooking from what you have on hand. Let's say you've made the decision to make spaghetti and meatballs tonight. And, we have no ground beef. What are you going to do? Well, do you have some leftover roast that's been frozen? Do you have some leftover roast in the fridge? Use that instead. Do you have sausage you could put in your spaghetti? Well, do you need to have meat in your spaghetti? You don't necessarily have to have hamburger or meat in your spaghetti.
We seriously could not go to the store without it being a very, very long trip. And at first it was a little bit of adjusting at the beginning?
Yeah, a little bit.
But once
not
we
too
got
bad,
into the
because
groove,
I'd already lived in Springfield where I had to go. So
that's true.
And
that's partly why Tara has the substitutions in the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because a lot of that is if you don't have this.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff you can make yourself and not have to go to the store.
Yeah. And we have a whole chapter here in Dining on a Dime, Volume 1. You can get it in the description below. We have a whole chapter here of the leftovers index in Volume 1. And then in Volume 2, we just put the leftovers all in the regular index. But we did that so people would stop wasting food and use what they have on hand. It is amazing the amount of food that people just waste all the time. And they'll just go to the grocery store and get something else because they just decide they want something else. I never do that. We eat what's on hand. We change what we're going to have for dinner. If we feel like having spaghetti, but I don't have the ingredients for spaghetti, we're not going to have spaghetti. I'm getting low on spaghetti sauce right now. So I'm waiting until September in a month when they have our K-Slot sales here, or if the spaghetti sauce just goes on sale. And I am going to stock up again for the next 6 months or a year. Thank you. Eclair says, smash that like button. Yes, guys, if you give us a thumbs up and a like, that really helps us. So thank you very much. The next thing is it saves time. I think it was Candace Owens. I'm not positive. Don't go quoting me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was her. A couple of years ago was talking about how
when she was saying, sorry.
Yeah, before she lost her mind. But she was talking about how after work, she just decides what she wants to eat for dinner, and then she goes to the grocery store every night after work.
I mean, I guess if you're bored, but even then, you're just going to buy something.
She wasted at least an hour every day grocery shopping. At least an hour every day grocery shopping. Me, I spend an hour once a month grocery shopping. Now, we live in the city now, so we don't have to just grocery shop once a month. But what I do is I get a big haul once a month. And then, honestly, 80% of the time, it's me for recipe videos that I am missing stuff for because I just don't plan. And the videos that I make for my other channel is super easy. It's not the kind of stuff that we normally cook. It's baked goods that, that people like and are really good, but it's just not the way I normally cook. But even now, I've started stockpiling those ingredients so I don't just have to run to the grocery store to get something. And part of that was just learning on videos. Oh, wait, this video is going viral. Maybe we should go ahead and do another one like that. And so the amount of time that people spend going grocery shopping is absolutely insane. I spend about an hour doing a big grocery shopping once a month. And then we'll stop once or twice a week and we'll run in for 15 minutes and get something. So maybe I would say do you think we spend 4 hours a week? I mean, a year? A month? I meant 4 hours a month. Probably maybe 4 hours a month.
Maybe.
I don't even know if it's that long because we never go to the store unless it's something, well, like yesterday you went for my birthday stuff or whatever day that was.
What's funny though is you say it's 1.5 miles to the store from our house.
It's 3.
3 miles round trip or each way?
Each.
What's funny is we've had to drive so much in so many places we've lived that the store is 3 miles away. And I just think, do I have to drive all the way over there? And I think that's really helped too.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you, for our European viewers, they're going to be like, what? You shop once a month? But when we were in Europe, there's literally a grocery store every 2 or 3 blocks, or bread store, or meat store, or butcher, or fruit market. I mean, every couple of blocks, few blocks, there's some sort of store to buy food. So I can understand why in Europe they shop more frequently, because it's just closer. Also, they have smaller refrigerators, smaller kitchens, smaller everything. So they just don't have the room to store food like that. Oh, by the way, remind me to tell you guys about our refrigerator situation. So they just don't have the big refrigerators. And I get that. But here in America, if you really want to save time and really want to save money, stop grocery shopping every single day or even several times a week. If we're out of milk, I don't go get milk. I keep dry milk on hand all the time. I will use that if I need to. If I run out of sugar, well, I'm not going to bake with sugar. I'm not going to use sugar and stuff. We'll use honey in our oatmeal. We'll use corn syrup. We'll use artificial sweeteners that we have. You can use any number of things aside from just sugar, or you could just not eat the sugar. Oh, shoot. It just went out of my head. The other thing is just challenge yourself. Like right now, I'm challenging myself to get through one of the freezers because I really need to organize it. And I'm like, Tara, instead of organizing it, how about you just start cooking again and start using the food in the freezer? I have not been feeling like cooking for the last 2 months. My cooking has been sparse. I apologize. Please don't throw me out.
I won't throw you out.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay. I just don't know if I feel secure in my marriage.
You are secure, honey.
I am secure. That's why I can ask you that, because I'm really you're not going to dump me to the curb. Especially after my project today. What did you think when you came home and saw my project today?
I thought, she's finally doing it after 3 years. I'm not sure what we're going to use it for, but just, well, I'm sorry. It looks nice, though. I think it'll look nice in the end.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. We'll have to put some guy wires on it so it doesn't blow over.
I've already thought of that.
All right.
But go through and say, all right, I'm going to cook through this shelf. I'm going to get rid of these beans. I'm going to get rid of these, this tomato soup. I'm going to get rid of this coconut milk. I'm going to get rid of this tuna. I'm going to use up these ingredients, and specifically make yourself rotate through your pantry. Make yourself do it. Right now, I found some peanut. Well, I told you guys about the peanut butter that I got for Stockpile last year, and I didn't check the date. And so it's expired. I was so mad about that. But anyway, that's beside the point. I am purposely using up that peanut butter so it doesn't go bad. So I'm purposely making no-bake fudge cookies, peanut butter cookies.
You are making a lot of peanut butter stuff.
3-ingredient peanut butter cookies. Well, you said you were on a diet.
Yeah.
So
I'm not complaining.
I figured the boys will eat it.
Just making a statement. You just don't get your key thumbnail man.
Or taste tester.
Yes.
And so I'm specifically using up the peanut butter. No-bake peanut butter pies. No-bake peanut butter cookies. Super easy recipes. Can you go put the link in for them? Super easy recipes yesterday.
For Super Easy or something else?
Super Easy, the video that I did yesterday. I specifically made 4 recipes of no-bake cookies, and I think 3 of them used peanut butter. I did that on purpose because I got peanut butter I need to use. I have a peanut butter video in the queue getting ready to come up where I'm going to make a whole bunch of peanut butter recipes just to get rid of my peanut butter. I did Nutella recipes 2 weeks ago or something, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I did Nutella recipes. I had Nutella.
Yum.
And my kids thought that they were going to be eating all Nutella, and they didn't. And then they left home, and I'm stuck with all this Nutella. I'm like, what am I going to do with 4 bottles of Nutella? So I made a whole bunch of Nutella recipes. Actually, go ahead and put that one in there too. That one's pretty good.
This one doesn't actually say peanut butter in it, but I'm sharing it.
That's fine.
Nutella recipes?
Yeah, a little Nutella one that was 4 weeks ago. Right there. Boom.
All right.
So I purposely plan with things that I already have so that I don't have to go to the grocery store. I work around what I have. Now, I am very thankful that I don't have a donkey of a husband, to put it family-friendly way, who is like, well, this is not enough meat for me today. I only eat steak and potatoes. I think you would have died the first month we were married if you would have been like that.
Ooh,
So
wow.
I'm very thankful, even though my husband is picky in his eating.
Hear all the cyber threats? It's like, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Even though he's picky in what he eats, he's not picky in what he eats. Like there are certain things that he won't eat, like peanut butter, eggs, tomatoes. There are certain things he won't eat. But he's not like picky about if I make green chili 4 times a month. He doesn't have a problem with that. If I happen to make the same dinner 2 nights in a row because I'm just tired and I have the ingredients, he doesn't care. He likes having food done.
It's because I have early onset Alzheimer's. I didn't remember what we ate yesterday.
Well, that works too.
What works? Sorry. sorry. Okay.
So I know when I make the peanut butter recipes, Mike's not going to be eating any of them. When I make all the egg recipes, Mike's not going to be eating them. And that's fine. But I just plan around all of that. Okay. Put your comments and questions in the comment section, guys, and we will answer your comments and questions. Our Dining on a Dime cookbooks are 25% off right now. Everybody says, oh, well, you said your books are on sale. So we marked them down from retail price because you're buying them directly through us. So you save, we're saving you the middleman price here. We're saving you the middleman price because it's not going through a bookstore. You're getting it on sale. But easy recipes to get you in and out of the kitchen quick. You can send me the first batch. And help you save time and money on your grocery bill. I don't spend more than 15, 20 minutes cooking dinner every night. Most of my dinners are 5 to 10 minutes prep and I'm done. I am tired. I have fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome. Usually by the time 5 o'clock hits, I'm hurting so bad. I just want to meet Jesus. So, so I make sure the recipes are quick and we will get in and out fast because I just am hurting too bad and I really don't want to. So while those comments and questions are getting to me, let me show you guys.
It should be there already.
So Jack and I today started making a new mail shed. So what do we call it? What do we call that? A mail shed?
It looks like a police box. It looks like a phone booth, but a nice one. It looks nice. Well, the picture of what she wants to do with it.
So construction workers, we are not. But I have to show you guys.
You and Jack were doing this today?
Yes.
How long did y'all spend on it?
Like 4 hours because we couldn't get our measurements right. So let me show you what happened here. It's pretty funny. Well, I thought it was funny. All right. Okay, we measured once, we measured twice, we measured 4 times, and we mismeasured. So we were supposed to have a 1/2 inch over here. We've got like what, 5 inches maybe, 4 inches.
I thought we were just gonna put the in here.
Well, yeah, but I thought it was going to be like a 1/2 inch,
Oh.
5 inches.
You could put a 2x4 in there.
But it's okay.
Well, also this is not quite lined up with the where the door is supposed to be.
Oh dear. Okay,
That's what I was thinking.
construction workers we are not. Oops. So
I'm shocked how much Jack sounds like me.
yes, he sounds just like you.
Wow.
So a hut. A he hut? What's a he hut?
It's like a she shed.
Oh, a he hut. Oh, that's
It's
funny.
just big enough for your husband to put a chair in there and you can close the door on him.
Oh, that'd be great.
Even has a
man.
lock on the outside.
So we put it all together, and then
You're just thinking of protecting me from the wind in the winter.
I am, and then it completely mismeasured. I don't know how we did that. We measured and measured and measured. We took like 2 hours just trying to figure out how to get the base on there because we aren't construction workers. But I always wanted a door shed. I always thought that would be so cool to have a shed made out of all doors. So I was making our mail shed out of it. So anyway, so now we have it half done. We have cinder blocks holding it down, hoping that the thunderstorms that we get tonight will not blow it into the neighbor's yard.
Are we getting thunderstorms tonight?
Yes,
We
again.
better lay it down.
So I think the cinder blocks will hold it. I hope.
Did you screw it down to the wood?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We could probably tip it over if we really thought we needed to, but we'll see how bad the wind is. We got really bad thunderstorms last night, so thankfully we didn't do it yesterday.
People are loving the he hut thing.
That's pretty good. So anyway, and then do you want to tell the refrigerator saga or do you want me to tell the refrigerator saga?
There's a saga? I guess if there's a saga, you better tell it.
It's been going on for 2 months.
Oh.
The continuation of it, I guess I should say.
No, go ahead.
So for my birthday present, Mike bought me a refrigerator.
Oh, sorry. Fro's family said related to the he hut mail shed. Mom used to say, cut it off 3 times and it's still too short.
That's what happened.
Sorry,
That's what
refrigerator.
happened. So I finally got to the point yesterday where I was like, we have got to get us a refrigerator upstairs. This going up and downstairs. I am tired. I'm exhausted. Jack has been an amazing trooper hauling groceries up and down every day. Mike has been doing good hauling stuff up and down because, oh man, my feet have been hurting. My feet and legs have been hurting so bad I can hardly stand it. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about starting to take ice baths, but we don't have any freezer space left to put water bottles in to freeze them so I could put them in the tub with me. But anyway, so I texted Pistol. I said, okay, what refrigerators do we try now? He said, well, for this week, we've had the least amount of calls on Frigidaire and GE. So they might be fixing them. So they're a little bit better. Okay, so I looked and I found one on Home Depot. It's a French door. I did not like the French doors because you would have to open both doors to get stuff out, which I thought was ridiculous. Well, now they finally fixed that stupid engineering. Whatever idiot engineered that refrigerator.
See, I wouldn't have rented nearly as well. So that's why you need to tell a fridge story.
Whatever idiot engineered French doors where you had to open both of them at the same time should be shot. Absolutely ridiculous. So I just didn't want a French door for that reason. Well, now they finally have designed it where you can open each side and close each side individually. Thankfully. Now, the only bad part is you can't pull the vegetable drawer out if the door is open. You have to have both doors open to have the vegetable drawer, one or the other, open. But that's fine. I will put up with that. Now, I will tell you, we almost spent $3,000 on a refrigerator. It was pretty nice, wasn't it?
It was.
It was pretty nice. So as we were there, we had already made up our minds on the one that we were going to get. I'm like, I'm not looking at anything else. This is the one I'm going to get.
The one we were going to get was on sale for $1,800. That's the one we went there to look for.
But
That one?
no. I got suckered in and started looking at more refrigerators. So anyway, so we looked at the $3,000 one. I was tempted, but here's what sold me on my original one. We went to go test the slide out, the vegetable drawers. And she said, we looked at 3 different ones. My original one, the $3,000 one, and another one. And on the last one, the drawers kept sticking when you would pull them in and out. She was like, well, that's because we have a lot of kids in here and all they do is play with the drawers. Oh, please. You cannot tell me that you have so many people in there in Sheridan, Wyoming, opening this one refrigerator 30 times a day with kids. There's no way. Absolutely no way. The drawers just stink.
Well, and did you already talk about the how you like the new drawers?
That's what I'm working on.
Well, in the other one, the drawers were just plastic. It just slides.
So it's plastic sliding on plastic.
It's plastic sliding on plastic. That's why they weren't moving very well. It had nothing to do with the kids.
It wasn't. So the one I picked, though, actually had rollers. Don't tell me that, Karen. Did you have a... Oh, man. Did you have a French door, or was it side by side, or what? So anyway, the one I picked, it had... The drawers were on rollers, and it just rolled in and out. So you don't have to yank every time you... I mean, I opened my vegetable drawer probably 6 to 8, if not more, probably 10 times a day. I'll get an apple for a snack or two. Then I'll get onions and peppers out for cooking dinner. So there's 2 more times. There's 4 times. Then if we've got tomatoes or whatever, or I forget something, maybe not 10 times, but I would say at least 6 to 8 times a day. Then if I'm doing cooking videos, I do all that. Karen has a French door. No, Karen, don't tell me that. How old is it, Karen? Now, I made the lady promise me that if in 48 hours I hate this refrigerator, I can return it. And she said, yes, you can. I said, it does not say that on the paper. She said, you can return it. I promise you. I should have made her put it on there and sign it.
For what?
To return it in 48 hours if I just hate it.
Well, she and all the people at the front have said that there's that 48-hour thing. That actually goes straight back to the manufacturer. So that's one of the reasons why they don't have a problem with that.
So anyway, we ordered an $1,800 refrigerator. We bought all the warranties, put it on the Home Depot card. She gave us free delivery and a free water line because she could tell we were ticked. This is our 3rd brand new refrigerator in 18 months to be installed in our house. Or 2 years now, 2 years. Well, 18 months because we didn't have one for a while.
Well, the thing is, unless we just decide to have no refrigerator, which I think Tara was finally done with no refrigerator, then we have to pick one that's there. And we have to pick one that they make. It's funny, Jack and I were thinking, wouldn't it be cool to do one of those commercial fridges like they have in a restaurant or grocery store? Who has $35,000 to spend on a fridge?
Well, there was one on Upcycle, but it was $300 and needed a new compressor, which was like $1,300. And I was like, ooh, I don't know.
And if it's commercial, then I would have done that. But
it was
because the compressor is not, it's less than the cost of the kind of fridge that's not been working for us. So anyway, but also Home Depot was really good on the last one when we were just completely exasperated and just went in and said, look, we bought 2 fridges from you in less than 2 years and kind of explained the whole story. And there were 2 managers listening to the story, and they would kind of looked at each other, and I could see the thought was, are you okay with this? Are you okay with this? And they actually took it back outside of the normal return time. So I was grateful for that, but I also thought they said with this other, their extended warranty, which is less expensive than the one from the manufacturer, we can actually deal with somebody in the local store, which is something that being in a smallish town, I like to be able to go to the local store and look face to face in somebody and say, hey.
I'm going to be seeing you in the grocery store. You're going to have to look at me glaring at you if you don't give me my money back.
She's the bad cop in this conversation. Can you tell? So anyway, so between having had good experience with them before, having a warranty situation that hopefully the local store is dealing with, and they seem to say that there's a lot more taking care of you on that warranty.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the case.
So that's the refrigerator saga. Yeah. All right, guys. Diane Dime Cookbooks, 25% off right now. Eat better, spend less, save money on groceries. Get in and out of the kitchen quick with recipes your family will love. Livingonadime.com. Hello, Darlene is in her semi driving along. We're keeping her company while she's. So here's a little factoid.
I did not know you were a semi driver, Darlene.
So on Darlene's comment, did I ever tell you something about me and semi trucks before?
You told me in the past you wanted to be a truck driver.
I wanted to be a truck driver. I did. I was going to be a truck driver when I grew up. I wanted to be a truck driver. Amazing Grace says, how is everyone? It's 91 here in Indiana. The heat index felt like 100 today. Oh my goodness. It was 70. God,
it was very nice today here.
Gave me the best birthday present I could have ever had yesterday.
This morning it was almost Irish weather.
Man, it was beautiful. We had 70 some odd degrees yesterday, and then we had a really big thunderstorm starting about 5 o'clock last night and went clear through the whole night. So we had a fire pit on the deck. During the thunderstorm, Mike and Jack were playing Minecraft. I was reading my book, and it was just lovely. Had a birthday party. Mom came over, had cake and ice cream. Had cake for me, ice cream for everybody else, but had cake, but.
Oh, wait, before you read that. One other thing on the refrigerator is part of the one of the problems that's more of a gray area problem is on the sound. If it's super noisy, then it's a problem. But I realize that not all of them are going to be noisy in some degree because our house is open concept in that main living area.
Yep.
So we did come up with a plan. This one is supposed to be super quiet, according to Pistol and according to tons of reviews. But if for some reason it's not, we realized we could swap it with a cabinet in our laundry room, which is right next to the kitchen.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner. So we wouldn't have a direct line of hearing from the refrigerator to where we are in the rest of the house.
Which might almost work better. All we'd have to do is cut a hole in the wall to turn the ice maker line through. But
yeah, it's a little more complicated, but I have the skills to probably take care of the water line. So the cabinet is exactly the size of the fridge.
Yeah.
So we would be able to put the cabinet in the fridge location if we were going to do that. And back at our very first house, we had a tiny little kitchen. And when we bought it, it came with this refrigerator, and the refrigerator took up like a third of the kitchen.
Yeah.
So we moved it around the corner into our, at that time, utility room. And it worked pretty well. I mean,
if you could imagine 4 of the old, regular freezer style, our kitchen would be, if you took 4 of those and stacked them 1, 2, 3, 4, that's how big our kitchen was. And so our refrigerator took up an entire quarter of the kitchen. So go ahead, so you can envision it.
So anyway, that was the plan. That was the kind of, if it's not quiet in the front room, in the main room, we can do that. But the other thing is, if we still had a complete breakdown problem, then hopefully all the warranty situation, having a warranty that's not the manufacturer's warranty. Because I was thinking, like with Whirlpool, I think you're probably arguing with somebody in Bangladesh and they don't really care. And all they're trying to do is upsell you the warranty. And it's funny because when we told the lady at Home Depot our past story, she said, well, so you didn't have the extended warranty? And it's like, I said, no, because the warranty that it came with says it covers it the first year, and the extended warranty doesn't kick in till the one day after the beginning of or the end of the first year. And I said, so they weren't working with us on it in the first year when it was already under a warranty. So I said, why would I buy another warranty? And she said, oh, that's ridiculous. I can't believe they do that. So that's why I would love to be able to just deal with Home Depot directly on it.
Yeah.
Our Home Depot, anyway, is, I think the people are local and they understand that Sheridan's that kind of a town where, you know, you treat people nice because they remember. So, one thing I didn't hear you say it, and maybe you did, but when Tara was talking earlier about making fewer trips to the grocery store, there are also, in addition to saving money by not spending as much gas, there's also, you tend to buy more things every time you go in because there's stuff that's just designed to suck you into buying more things. It's kind of like the other day I went and I found these giant onions. Tara asked me to get onions. Walk in the door, Walmart, right in the front of the produce section, there's these onions that are like grapefruit, like they're huge. And they say like $1.39 a pound or something. I'm like, whoa, onions have gotten a lot more expensive since when I worked at a grocery store.
They were like a quarter when you worked at the grocery store.
Yeah, and so I thought, I wonder if they have bags of onions around here. So I went and looked, and I found these bags of onions that said premium something onions, and they looked really snazzy. And they had all this marketing on them about how amazing and wonderful they were. And I thought, oh, these are probably going to be more expensive. I look, they're like $1.05 a pound. And I thought, so the ones they put right in the front are always going to be the more expensive. Yeah. So if you go to the store a lot of times, even if you don't think so, if you buy anything, you're probably going to get sucked into buying something you didn't need to buy. But the other thing is, people just, when they go to the store, almost everybody can't help it. I'm going to get a pack of gum. I'm going to get a coffee. I'm going to get a quick burger at McDonald's on the way home or whatever. And there's all that. And the other thing is, it takes a lot of time to go to the store every day. Now, if for some reason you're lonely and you just want to see other people, then maybe that's worth it. But if you're really busy and have a hectic thing going on, it's just a lot of stress that it adds to you in time. So it's not all about saving on gas. It's all those other things also that are a problem.
Yep. And I saw Betty Badlands said, you don't store your onions in the refrigerator. Yeah, I store them in the refrigerator. Why wouldn't you store them in the refrigerator? But you should store them in the refrigerator, because if you store them in the refrigerator, I have not cried cutting an onion in the 30 years since I've started storing them in the refrigerator. If you store them in the refrigerator, you will not cry when you cut onions. It won't. And I never cry cutting onions, ever.
That's the reason why we put them in the fridge. Yeah. We know they don't need to be in the fridge.
Danny and Marcia are wishing they were here because it's 112 degrees in Arkansas.
Oh.
Deborah says, another live. Amazing Grace says, my chickens are laying fried eggs. Just kidding. They have their AC on in their coop. I spoil them. Oh, my goodness. And Fro's family says, sweltering in Japan. And Janet loves my Tara's toupee. Thank you, Janet. I'm glad you love my toupee. T-Sider says, hi, guys, from England. Hello. Tanya says, I'm the queen of running to the store. Being without a car has helped some. Yep. Felicia likes my lipstick. Thank you. It's a new combo I did today. Patty, I hate having to run to the store all the time, so I don't make special trips. Yep. Karen, watching the people in Hawaii drove be crazy buying all the water and stuff. They should always have necessities, and that goes for everybody. Yeah. When we have a natural disaster, guess who's not at the grocery store buying supplies? Ever. I have never once gone to the grocery store to buy supplies before a natural disaster. Ever.
And if
Why?
you did, you'd
'Cause I'm
spend half the
prepared.
day there because everybody else.
That's
is doing that.
ridiculous. What?
I was wondering when, as far as Hawaii and the threat of the tsunami froze family, we were wondering about you. It sounds like you were fine, so we were just
Yeah,
curious.
let us know how you're doing. I totally forgot you were in Japan. That's right.
Yeah, because we had heard that
Yeah.
Japan was getting hit.
There's a gal that I work out with, and she's from Japan. So she was talking about that. Snow and my patience is why I started prepping. Solo is weird. I don't know what that means. Elaine says, happy birthday, Tara. How was it? It was great. Thank you, everyone, for the birthday wishes. And yes, I did make spaghetti today, but because I did an errand, I did pick up turkey meat since it was next door to the UPS store. There you go. Nicole, I bought hello from Puxatawny, Pennsylvania. It's 90 degrees. Oh, my goodness. She has volume 1 and volume 2 and got their gluten-free for her friend for her birthday. Thank you. And it was funny. One of our viewers sent me a video. I forgot to send it to you. Of a lady decluttering her garage. Her sister was helping her declutter her garage.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going through everything, and they found a bag with her dining on a dime cookbooks in the garage.
Oh, my.
I was like, what is that doing in the garage? It should be in your kitchen being used.
Bring it in the kitchen and your grocery bill will go down. Just set it on the counter.
She saved it.
Wow. All right.
So she said, no, I need my dining on a dime cookbooks. Well, I'm paraphrasing, adding Tara's, enthusiasm in there.
Yes.
But she did not get rid of her dining on a dime cookbooks. She saved them for her. Oh, that's weird. She saved them for her. Yeah, I know. Well, my shirt is like glued together here. This is so weird.
You're just noticing this?
Yeah, it's like literally glued. That's weird. And so she saved her dining on a dimes. And I said, good job. They get those things in the kitchen and start using them. Kimberly, Facebook sure isn't making it easy to get the video. Yes, that is what we have found out, that they aren't even showing anybody anything. She also says, happy Wednesday, everyone. Stepmom sent me a whole box of my dad's old photos. She was finally ready to let go of them, and it's been fun going down memory lane. Still miss my parents that I lost in 2020. It's going to be 61 next week, but when I see those pictures, I feel like it's just yesterday. Vicki, I shop once a month at Sam's, but have to shop once a week for milk. There you go. Cheryl, I'm so glad. When we lived in Idaho, I just froze my milk and bread back then. Cheryl, I'm so glad we have a stockpile. My local grocery store ads aren't good lately, so I can shop from home. Yep. Now, Badlands, come October, I make sure I'm totally stocked up on all supplies. Yep. She said winter there. There are times over the winter I won't go into town for 2 or 3 months. That makes sense. Yeah, that's what every family should do, says Karen. And James says it's called making do. Yep. Mandy, I'm going to make spaghetti tonight. We just picked 8 gallons of tomatoes from our garden. Holy moly. I don't have any. I have some fruit on there, but the stupid squirrels are picking those now.
Oh, brother.
And they're taking one bite out and leaving it.
They did that last year, too.
Yes, the little turds. Wanda says some things taste better as leftovers. Yes, they do. Claire says grocery shopping on my way home. Get to the next one. From work used to be my chill, lax, and calm down time. There you go. It's her favorite social activity. Well, there you go. Nancy, stews and soups are always better the next day. Janet, shopping every night. I don't even like shopping once every 2 weeks. Me either.
It is funny when she said about the social activity, because earlier when I said about not going in unless you're kind of lonely, I was thinking, I forget that every time we go into the store here, I see 20 people that I know.
Well, and our realtor says, I even hate going to Walmart because I have 20 people stop me along the way to talk. And he said, I just want to go in and get my bread and get out.
Yeah, in our
So-
town, you can't do that if you know people.
No. Darlene says when we lived in Belgium, there were people that stopped for their supper each evening. My ear is itching. This is so weird. Yeah, they do every evening. Tanya, our local store is less than a mile away within walking distance. Easy to shop at. There you go.
Crow's family says we are okay. We're not in the affected areas.
Oh, good.
Good.
Whew. Evelyn, the more often you go to the store, the more you spend. Yep. Nancy, sure saves on gas money. Need to run out a lot. Yep. Fro's family, we have to shop more often because being over 70 for dinner is in full force. Yeah, well, I get that. Darlene, do you find shopping solo goes quicker or as a team? Mike and I, have we ever gone grocery shopping ever together? Like for a regular big grocery shopping? I mean, we'll run in and get like one thing or something, but we haven't ever gone grocery shopping together, have we?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you mean by that. We've gone in a lot of times where you have a list and you're like, you go get these things and I'll go get these things and I'll meet you up front. We've
Yeah,
done
but
that a lot.
that's not like my monthly big. That's just if we're picking up one or two things, is it?
Well,
maybe we have, I guess.
We've gotten up to maybe 20 things that way before.
Okay, I guess we have.
But she also used to
But-
just give, she also used to just say,
He
"Can
did
you
all the
stop?
grocery shopping. Yeah.
I'm going to send, can I send you a list and you just pick up stuff?" And it was at Aldi at the time. And I knew there were certain things that we used every single time.
Yeah.
So I'd go there and I think she didn't have it on the list, but I wonder if she wants more peaches. I know we used them, it was when we were using them for baby food. And so I always think, well, I'm not going to call her because I know that if I get them and we don't need them this minute, we will definitely use them. So I'm just going to go ahead and get some. So it worked out great that way.
Yeah. So for probably 10 years, 10 or well, probably 12 or 15 years. For a while there, Mike was doing all the grocery shopping, or like 90% of the grocery shopping.
Because Aldi was like a block from work.
Yeah, because Aldi was right next to his work. We had anywhere from 2 to 4 kids. And I just did not have it in me to go grocery shopping. So yeah, he would do that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you
And it
didn't
was
come home with
fast.
a bunch of junk either. Yeah, you
One
got
thing
in
that-
and got
One
out.
thing that was cool about Aldi is there were only like 5 or 6 aisles, and
Yeah.
I knew exactly which aisles had the things that we usually buy.
Yep.
The only aisle that I didn't usually go down was the GM aisle with like paper towels and
Mhm.
stuff like that because we didn't buy that stuff there.
Karen says team is faster, but solo is cheaper. I have never had that problem with Michael. Thank you, dear. Actually, he has that problem with me because I'll be like, oh, they got toothpaste on clearance for 25 cents. We got to buy 50 of them.
Wait, what was it that they said?
She said, team is faster, but solo is cheaper.
Oh, well, yeah, but when you get all that stuff, it ends
We
up being
actually
cheaper in the
use it,
end because
we actually use it.
that's one of the things that we figured is if we have money and we find something that we always use that's an amazingly good deal, we'll buy it when it's an amazingly good deal because we always use it. It's not something that's unusual that we don't normally buy.
Yeah.
And we generally don't buy things that are marked down greatly if we don't normally use them. Yeah.
CC, how many people are in your family that you drink a gallon of milk a day? I'm curious on that one. Janet says, I don't shop until the food is gone because the teenagers will eat the new food and the old food's still there. Yep, that's good. Good idea. Amazing Grace, I find grocery pickup is cheaper and faster. Yeah, I love grocery pickup. County Badlands, my hubby hasn't seen the inside of a store in 20 years, and I personally prefer that. I can't imagine shopping with him in tow. Nancy, Tara's
Ouch.
lip gloss is the glue to their marriage.
Let's try.
Purpose, Productivity, and Faith says, my husband hates dry milk, and sadly, my house was built very small with no basement, pantry, no storage, but I'm trying to prep some food for emergency in the unused shower behind the shower curtain. That is great. Listen, dry milk, we don't drink dry milk. I only use it for baking, but it's really handy to have on hand just for baking alone. It's not cheaper now. It used to be cheaper, but now, like in the 70s and 80s, it was cheaper, but now it's not cheaper. Diana says, you can send me the next one. Diana says, or did you? Never mind, you did. Diana says, yes, I use your tips. If I don't use all my grocery dollars for the week, which is $30 for 2 adults, I save it so I can buy something I like, but is not necessary, like honey, and then buy larger amounts so it's less per pound. Very good. Purpose, Productivity, and Faith says, what tiny area in my kitchen I have. I rotate my food and I make last week off the menu. Very good. Claire, mine will buy Sharpies and paper clips and steak instead of stuff on the list. That's funny. Janet, I don't send my husband shopping. He doesn't buy food that's on sale. Karen, I make my meals with my just expired foods because I go shopping again. Tara, Wanda says, send some of those my way. Some of what? I don't know what
I think it was when you're talking about the making all those peanut butter cookies.
Oh, yeah. Purpose, Productivity, and Faith says, sadly, my husband would rather shop daily. Yeah, I get that. Amazing Grace. I do go to the local store and look for things marked down on clearance, come out of the store. And my husband says, why do you come out with all that when you went in for one thing? Yep. Nancy said, I gave you a backdoor compliment. You are not a donkey. No, you're not. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you, honey, that you're not a donkey. Okay.
Oh, thanks.
Cece, we're going to be addressing your milk situation here. I can see why your grocery bill is $1,200 a month. Okay. Purpose, Productivity, and Faith. I make extra for lunches or to share with him if he actually is going to eat at home. So even if it's soup isn't fully on board, there's always ways. Love you guys. I've watched for years. Thank you. Patty, just love us both. We are such a genuine couple. Are we genuine?
Thanks. We are? All right.
Fro's family, other than swear, my son and his friend would say King James version of a donkey. That's funny. James, I know one man who doesn't like any green foods. Yep. That would pretty much be my mom.
Except for the man part.
Yeah, that's true. Vicky, we're not getting into a Bridget France lady, whoever that lady is, supposedly man is, situation here. Vicky, I look at my weekly sales at Kroger. I go and buy on sale. Very good. Diana, tonight I make Mike's Biscuits out of volume 1 right here. 99 cents a pound ham steak and fresh blueberries we picked. Yep. Get it on sale right now. Mike's Biscuits are the best baking powder biscuits in the world.
They are.
He tested that recipe until he got it perfected, and it is great.
Yep.
It
was
is.
pretty amazing.
Yep. Livingonadime.com is where you can get that recipe. Peggy, you are amazing, Tara. How do you do so much with your illnesses? Well, I'm a glutton for punishment, first of all. But secondly, I just keep trying. And I just keep going. And every day I force myself to do one thing or one project or finish one thing or one project. And so I'm kind of in a catch-22. Being up helps with my fibromyalgia, moving around and all that. But at the same time, if I do too much, then my fibromyalgia hurts really bad. So I need to get back on my weight loss. I lost 10 pounds over the last several months. But at least I'm going down and not up. But I need to get another 50 pounds off. So I'm working on that. I'm exercising every day. I have exercised every day.
Woohoo.
For 2 months now. Peggy, Jack is awesome. Yes, he is. Karen, I watched a consumer video that states GE is the best. Well, don't tell me that now because I already bought a Frigidaire. Grandma's so happy. Old lady here moved and she let me buy her LG fridge pretty reasonably, but the repair guy said LG isn't as good as Frigidaire. Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Fro's family fridge doors on a fridge are for leaning on when you're trying to remember what you opened it for. Yes, they are. See, you got that. Nancy, on designing kitchens, if the architect can't cook, please don't do the kitchen. No kidding. Grandma's so happy. Do they still have lemon laws anymore? Not for refrigerators, they don't. CC, I remember when refrigerators were $500 to $800. I do too. Wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it really wasn't that long ago.
There's really no excuse for it, but Grandma's so happy. I bought a used refrigerator 4 years ago, and it was 3 years old, and it works like a charm. It's a Frigidaire, but it's a basic refrigerator. Yep. J. McKay, my fridge is 20. You can see the next one. My fridge is 25 years old, and I'm going to cry when it dies. Yeah, my grandma, she had the original refrigerator for 45 years in her house. Yep. Elaine, could you do a fridge as a tax write-off since you cook so much for your business? We actually do. So like our kitchen, our entire kitchen is a part of a tax write-off. Our studio, our warehouse is a tax write-off because we have all our books stored in here and it's our studio. Our basement is a partial tax write-off because we have our offices and our stockpile room and we have our spare refrigerator and microwave for all the video food down there.
We basically we rent certain parts of the property to
from ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of being a corporation.
Yes.
You can do stuff like that. And it's legal. That's why you see these $1,200 grocery hauls once a week with Dowry Dozen or whoever all those people are. Those are actually very smart business women. Because first of all, they're making viral videos that everybody's going to holler about. And secondly, they can take all of those off on their taxes. They can take it all off on their taxes. So they can feed their family for basically free, sort of, because they can take it all off on their taxes. So for that $1,200 grocery haul, she probably makes at least $10,000, $20,000 at least in ad revenue alone. So yeah, so if it goes viral, when you get into the millions of views. Grandma's so happy. We had a storm 2 days ago here in Minnesota. We lost power for 12 hours. So many around our state were without power. The wind was so bad, the rain was going sideways. Whew.
Wow.
Yeah, our son, he lives in his bus, a tiny house. He said last night that he thought he was going to be toppled over all across the driveway.
Wow.
Grandma's so happy. So glad you have your handy repairman in for insight. Yep. Nancy, I also look at the weight on eggs. If it's the tag X amount per 100, but some brands weigh more. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Let's see. Diana, real peppermint live and dry will keep squirrels and chipmunks away. Really? I didn't know that. Well, shoot, I have a ton of peppermint. Maybe I'll put it in my raised beds and get it going around. I grow it all around my gardens. I sprinkle it on potted plants. The animals are getting into. It's a good idea. Yeah, the stupid deer ate all my beautiful petunias again. And they were so pretty. Although now I can see the zinnias that are in the center that they missed. So anyway,
so this is a Bounty in the Badlands question, which is probably not too relevant to everyone else, but I'll answer. So do you sell, if you sell, do you have to pay capital gains on the portion of the house you use for tax write-offs like we do in Canada? Yes. But if you know you're going to move and you stop claiming the depreciation part, that's the part you have to pay back. Like you don't have to pay back the part of the utilities and all that stuff. But on the depreciation part, if you stop claiming the depreciation, then after 5 years, there's no capital gains. And what was the deal on that? I think if you stop claiming the depreciation for 1 or 2 years, it reduces the capital gain that you have to pay still because you've used it less of the years. Anyway, it's complicated, but we're not planning to ever move again. So when I knew we were going to move, we were only claiming the part of the utilities and various other things that go with that when we rented it to ourselves. So from a tax question, that's
yeah. Okay, we're going to get to CC's milk issue here in a minute. CC, give me a little bit more information, like the ages of your kids and what you use your milk for. I'm curious.
Well, she's been saying she uses it to make milk and chocolate milk and cocoa, and she's talking about making cocoa and chocolate milk.
Okay.
I just make stovetop with milk, cocoa, and cane sugar. She said also something about using it for cooking, and that she doesn't drink it, but the other 3 people in her house do.
Okay. A gallon of milk for 3 people is excessive. Eric, Tara was building a 4x4 stress box. She can walk in and close the door and yell. Yes, you are right. Nancy, I think we're going to get 8 totes in there. So I think that's good. We're going to be able to get 8 totes in there.
Stacked how high?
4 feet.
You mean 4 high? 4 totes
Yeah.
high? Okay.
So I think that'll be good. Keep it out of the rain. We can just close the door. We don't have to do all this tarp and everything.
Okay.
And it'll look cute. And I'll be using up the doors, clearing out the garage.
Okay.
Nancy, my fridge is a G, 2 years old, French door, freezer bottom, but ice cream maker is in the bottom freezer, not in the door. Less to go wrong. Yep. She said her Kenmore was 30 years old when I moved, still running. Yep. Dee Dee, so happy to be here. Nice to see us. Thank you. And happy birthday to me. Thank you. Darlene, what is my favorite video to make? And then what is my worst? So the absolute worst videos that I hate are doing the food hauls.
You mean
And
like where you cook a million meals?
yeah. Now, I liked doing the grocery audits last year, but they took me so much time that it was taking me about 40 to 50 hours to do one grocery haul or one grocery audit. And the compensation that I was getting for it wasn't even close to being worth it. And so for me, because I have such limited energy, it's not a matter of what I like or don't like doing. It's a matter of where's the least amount of expended energy that I can use on videos to keep the videos going out so that I have energy to do other stuff.
So the grocery audits were cool. It's just, I think they might have been better. They were difficult partly because Tara was interviewing people and then looking at their situation and telling a story through all that. I think maybe just talking to a person and answering their questions would be less difficult, but all that editing required a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Space Girl, the nearest grocery store is 45 miles away. No quick trips to the store. Yep.
So sorry. I guess Cece says I don't drink milk, but the other 3 drink milk.
Okay. We're going to get to hers in just a second.
Okay.
Grandma, so happy says when my stepdad used to go grocery shopping, my mom would get frustrated because he'd come home with so many extra goodies not on the list. Us kids loved it. Vicky, we bought our LG refrigerator at Best Buy, Home Depot. I had to wait 3 months and our 19-year-old G fridge died. Best Buy had it in stock. That's good. Nancy says, happy birthday. Thank you. She said, I look younger every year. Thank you.
Woohoo.
Nathan, pretty soon they're going to be accusing you of dating a teenager, right?
Sure. No, I was just thinking I don't want to date a teenager.
Nathaniel, I remember when I was a kid, we lived in a small town in north central Kentucky, and we would drive 30 minutes to Louisville, and my mom would stock up at Meijer every few weeks. Yep.
Wait, it's Kentucky. Isn't that Louisville?
No, it's Louisville. They can't talk right in Kentucky. I'm sorry.
I didn't
if
say
they
quite
can't
right
help
anyway.
it, the rest of us know what we're talking about. We had Louisville, Colorado, right next to our town. Back in the Badlands. I'm going to start harvesting cauliflower tomorrow. Get it processed. Beans are just setting fruit. Thankfully, gives me a bit of time before I have to process them. Yeah, that's great. Darlene, is buying in bulk cheaper for your cookbooks? I'm thinking Christmas gifts. Yes. It depends on how many you want. So if you buy them by the case, we give a 50% discount, which is our wholesale discount. If you buy them by the case, there's 10 in a case for volume 2, and there's 8 in a case of volume 1, and 10 in a case for the gluten-free, dairy-free. So just email us if you want our wholesale discount. Nancy, I always use powdered milk, make homemade cocoa for cool seasons. Lane says last summer, you can see the next ones, we had more tomatoes than we could use. This year, they're not growing. Yeah. Mine are growing, so I hope I get some tomatoes. I got some Super Boost flower fertilizer. I did not know this. 40 years I've been gardening. I had somebody come and buy, so I sell my extra black-eyed Susans because I have millions of them. So I sell them, and every year I make like $300 or $400 selling my black-eyed Susans. And one lady came by last week, and she said, "Yeah, well, I use this fertilizer." And I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "What is it?" And she said, "Well, it's a super boost for fruiting and rooting." And I said, "Well, yeah." She said, "No, it's really high. What's the middle number? Phosphorus, I think. Whatever the middle number is. I always get them mixed up. I think it's phosphorus." And she said, I said, "Well, I always use Miracle Grow. I'm pretty sure that has high phosphorus in the center." She said, "No, it doesn't." I said, "What?" She said, "Yes." So I had to go while she was there, walked over to my garage, opened my garage. Sure enough, I thought I had been fertilizing my petunias with the high phosphorus, and I wasn't. It was just basically 10, 10, 10. I could not believe it.
Wow.
So now I'm fertilizing everything super heavy, and I hope I'll be starting to set more fruit with that. So, Renee.
We've had a number of people saying for the past week, your videos keep cutting out, going black, have to go out and back in. A lot of people say every time there's an ad for them. I am sorry, we don't have any control over that. However, I may look to see if there's any way to get a hold of YouTube on that.
I wonder if they have ad blockers.
It's really difficult for us to get a hold of YouTube to get any help. So if it's not published online, it's hard to get an answer. They are doing things to try to thwart ad blockers. So if you have an ad blocker, it might be that their system is causing it for that reason. But I'll take a look and see if I can find something from them explaining how to fix that problem.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's easier to get a hold of YouTube than Facebook, but both of them make it really difficult to actually talk to a human being. So.
Yeah. And Renee says, "Do you guys have deer hanging around?" Yes, we do.
What was that?
Have deer, and they ate my petunias again. All right, so Cece and her milk problem. I know I can already see this is why I like the grocery audits, actually, because I can see things from an outside perspective that other people don't even realize is a problem. But she said she spends $1,200 a month on groceries. And she just said she goes through a gallon of milk a day. There's no reason for you to be going through a gallon of milk a day. That is all you're doing is giving your family extra calories, and they're literally just peeing it down the toilet. Literally. You're not getting extra nutrition at all. You should not. My kids have never, ever, 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 ever in 27 years ever drank anything but water with our meals, with the exception occasionally of birthday parties and Christmas, special occasions. All the other 360 days, 355 days out of the year, it is always water for every single meal. And what's happening is they're filling up on calories that aren't filling them up in their stomach. They're not getting good filling calories, but they're filling up on calories, and they're just filling up their stomach instead of putting food in. So then they're hungry just a little bit later because those calories just pee right through. And then they're hungry in an hour or two. Now, I know I've had 4.5 kids. I know kids get hungry between meals. But if they're hungry 30 minutes or an hour after they're eating, they are not eating enough at their dinner. And milk is one of the big ways that people waste a huge amount of money on milk. So you need to cut that back a lot. My kids, when they had sippy cups, there was never, ever, ever, there was never milk or juice in them. When they had sippy cups, it was water. When they had their little cups at the table, it was water. So that right there, you are talking 4 times 365. You are spending almost $1,500 a year just on milk.
Wow.
$1,500 a year on milk. A gallon of milk for 3 people should last at least 3 to 5 days, but really it should last about a week if you're using milk properly. What do I use milk for? I only use it in cereal. They would only put it on their oatmeal or cream of wheat. I would use it for baking. And then occasionally with cocoa as a treat, maybe once a week or once every 2 or 3 weeks. So that's one of your big problems with your grocery bill right there is you're just going through, you should not be going through that much milk. That's way too much milk.
She also added, we used to do water. This milk is a recent change, but they eat big meals too. So when I worked for PBS, we had a show that I was working on for a season that was Health Watch, and talked to a lot of doctors, and they all pretty much said on the milk that there's a certain amount your body needs, and beyond that, it's just calories.
Yep.
But one of the show was a dentist show. Your kids are probably older than this, but on the dentist, when she was talking about sippy cups and stuff, on the dentist show, they said that if somebody drinks milk all at once, it's not too bad. But if they drink it all day long in a sippy cup, it's like drinking soda all day long.
Yeah.
That it eats
It's
away
the same
their
as
teeth
soda.
just like that. So I thought that was an interesting thing from dentists, because that entire episode was about dentists.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to hear that from them. But
yep. So she said it's
KS says I won't say what our milk costs are. It might ban me.
Cece says she pays $5 a gallon, which is $1,800. So with tax, $2,000 a year is what she's spending on milk. Wow. That's all. I mean, we spend around $3,000 for cars for our kids. So that's almost a car for our kid.
So if they're eating a lot also, is it like skim milk or something you're giving them? Because if they're eating a lot and they're getting like
if they're
whole milk, that would be a lot
yeah,
of calories.
but if there's no reason for them to be drinking it at dinner.
No,
all the time.
I'm just saying though, it would seem like if they were eating big meals and whole milk, it would seem like unless they were like ranchers or something, it would be a lot of calories.
I mean, if you got your milk for free, maybe that would be fine. But
and as far as people having a lot, like Bounty in the Badlands, they have a ranch. So if you're ranching and you're out there working all day long with heavy equipment or carrying heavy things around and doing a lot of extremely aggressive activity, then maybe more calories is a good thing. But if you're just a regular family, that would seem to be an awful lot of calories.
Well, and when I first started doing this, I was doing a talk at a MOPS group, and a lady told me, she said, we go through a gallon of milk a day. It was her husband, and a 2-year-old. I said, and that was when milk was $1 a gallon. I said, you need to stop that right now. I said, that's ridiculous. You're rotting your kids' teeth. You're just rotting them away. And she was like, it never even occurred to me that I don't have to give my kid milk for every drink that they have. So that is one thing that people don't understand is you don't have to give your kids milk and juice to suck on all day long. You just don't. You can save the next one. I got it. Nancy, she still loves our gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook. At this point in my life, 80 years old, I don't know what I would do without it. It keeps me easily cooking for 2 at home. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, right here. You can get it in the description below, livingonadime.com. I am gluten-free, dairy-free, and I guarantee you the recipes work. I tested them myself. We did find a typo, but we are putting that correction in every book that we are sending out, just so you guys know. All right. Pamela, your chicken enchiladas are delicious in the cookbook. Make them all the time. Thank you.
Yes, they are. I guess they weren't. We didn't make them out of the cookbook, did we? They're probably the same recipe.
Yeah. That's what we had for my birthday dinner last night. Thank you. They were delicious.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, we just have
Well, we also ended up making them dairy-free.
Yeah. Yeah. Gail says you have such nice skin. What do you use on your face? Thank you. I use baby shampoo and the cheap Olay moisturizer. Oil of Olay, just the cheapy Walmart brand with the sunscreen. And then Laura Geller is the Show foundation that I'm using now. Michael put a link in for that. It's an affiliate link, but people keep asking me, so we got the affiliate link for it. So thank you. Ms. Davis says, I'm new to your channel, but I've learned a lot. I have a family of 2 and only spend $200 a month. I'll have a lot of whole food and we eat well. Very good. Purpose, productivity, and faith says squirrels hate hot pepper too. Oh, that's interesting. Crazy Cat Lady says the deer are appreciating my buffet. Yeah, well. Yeah. Dee Dee says,
I've been doing this crazy running out there and making all kinds of racket like a bunch of dogs chasing them when they go running away. Although I'm hesitant to do it if it's a baby and I don't see where mom is.
yeah, mom might start attacking you.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had that happen, but I know if mom thought that her baby was being attacked, that could be a problem.
Although we've got a male one and walking around here, and he must have got caught on a fence or something because he's got in his side a gash like this big. It's awful.
On his back leg.
And
up at
I wasn't sure if we should have called Fish and Game, although he seems to be walking around okay. So I'm like, well, until he starts acting weird, guess we'll just let him go. But
he's licking it a little, then he walks it around, and yeah.
Dee Dee says, my friend bought a $15K fridge less than 5 years ago. She now needs to replace it. So I guess it doesn't matter what brand or how much it costs. Well, I guess at least we didn't spend $15,000 on a fridge.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Rose family, you send me the next one. Rose family, growing up, we each got 1 glass per meal. And after that, we were welcome to drink water. Yeah. And that's a great way to do it. So like if they just absolutely love milk, okay, you get 2 glasses of milk a day. You decide when you want them if they're older. If they're not older, they can have a glass of milk with an apple for a snack or something like that, or 1 glass for dinner or whatever. But yeah, I just did not buy juice or milk for my kids to drink. They did not get that to drink.
What kind of mother are you?
I'm abusive.
Well, I think that there's kind of I think the media has made it seem like milk is healthy. So just drink more and more milk all the time, but it's only healthy up to a certain point. And after that, it's like lemonade or Coke or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Avery says 5 children and 1 gallon of milk. Yeah. I had 5 kids at home and Mike and I, and they were all teens and we used a gallon of milk. So, Janet, squirrels made a hole in my roof this winter, went in and stayed, and I had to get someone to get them out and repair the roof. They were running around in the middle of the night. Oh man. And Martina says, we look fabulous. Thank you.
Yay, thanks.
That's very nice.
Wow.
Bernadette says, I'm going to use 1 fabric tablet instead of 2 for laundry per wash to save money. Will it be sufficient? Just try it and see. Most people are using 10 times more. They have the little scoop thingy. Most people use that. And all you need is a tablespoon of laundry detergent. That's all I use. And when I stopped using the big scoop and went down to the 1, I buy 1 thing of laundry soap a year now for 4 of us. 1 box of laundry soap a year is all I use. And so now it will matter on the type of water you have. We do have a water filter, so I use less. So if you have super hard water, you may need to use 2 or 3 or 4 tablespoons. But even at that, a quarter of a cup is still way less than the half to 3/4 of a cup that comes in the, the detergent thing. Pam, when the new fridge arrives, we need to have a prayer gathering of a hedge of protection. Oh my goodness, I'm going to fly you all in. Let's see. Pistol, our appliance repair guy, also goes to our church. So we'll have Pistol. We'll call all the elders. We'll get the anointing oil.
Well, we need to call our friends from the charismatic church. Too.
Well, that's true. Maybe those are the ones we should call because maybe their prayers get heard better than ours because they're more enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Nancy says, or an exorcism.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bernadette, best remedy for a toothache, get it fixed. But until you can get it fixed, just get some Orajel, clove oil, to get you through until you can get it fixed. But you can't
I'd get it fixed
Yeah,
fast.
get it fixed so you're not suffering because you don't want to keep your teeth. I mean, you don't want your teeth to be
going
bad on you.
Yeah, the one thing about them going bad on you is if there's stuff getting in there and it's getting infected, that can cause you major health problems beyond the tooth. So that's one thing that we don't save in that area. We will if we go to a dentist, the dentist says you have 15 cavities and there's no sign of a problem. But if we have a toothache, we know something's probably wrong with that tooth, and then they x-ray it and there's a big old funky spot on that tooth, then we will pay because it'll cost you way more later.
Yeah.
Besides the pain that you're dealing with.
Rachel, actually, I always said if I used milk too fast, the kids weren't eating what I cooked. Yeah. Avery, I cook oatmeal for my children with half cooking liquid being whole milk. This keeps them full until lunchtime. If I only use water, they are hungry between times. Yes. Now, you can use it for that to the fat in the milk does help you feel more full. So if you're using skim milk or 2% milk, you're not going to stay as satisfied in that, with their dinner or whatever. Bounty Badlands truth calorie intake. Mike, when kids were home, cereal before chores, bacon, egg, breakfast, big lunch, big supper, lots of desserts, at least 2,000 plus calories a day. Summertime even more. Well, yeah, but you guys are hardworking, so I totally get it.
Yeah, we know a lot of ranchers here, and man, they're not kidding around.
Yeah,
they really go for it.
Yeah. Cece says she's going to try the powdered milk. Now, make sure you check per gallon. So see how many gallons your box of powdered milk will make, and then compare that to get it. Because right now in my town, it's double for powdered milk versus regular milk. So, oh dear. Whoa. Okay.
What happened?
Bounty Badlands says we used to hand throw 1,000 square bales a day during hay season. Woo! And Nathaniel says, I never liked milk juice or even soda as a kid. Yeah, I like orange juice, but I never liked milk at all. So I like it in cereal, but not.
What's funny is orange juice is expensive enough that we usually have it when we're traveling somewhere and we stay in a hotel where it's included with the breakfast.
So we'll drink 3 or 4 glasses of orange juice when we travel. Fill up our thermos.
Well, what I did was had some at breakfast and then
take a cup
put
with
some
me
in one of those portable coffee cups and take it on the road, and then later drink a little more.
Laura says, yes, definitely get some of that Pentecostal prayer for the new fridge. Yeah. No kidding. Nancy, the processing. Oh, she's talking about, the processing of milk makes it different. Yeah, that's true. CC, find a dentist that does Curodont. It reverses beginning cavities. That's interesting, but it's expensive. Yeah, but if it reverses it, that'd be great. Daniel, large laundry liquid detergent such as Arm & Hammer, Purex Gain. It lasts me 6 to 9 months. I just use a drizzle in each load. Yep, that's great. Valley of Badlands. Nathaniel, you need to start your own channel on being on disability and saving money. Man, dude, you should do that. Valley Badlands. We feed between 10 and 15 ton in the wind. Oh, wow. Of hay. That's a lot of hay. Whew. Okay, let's see. Jana Moore. I'll take more than a Pentecostal prayer. I'm thinking an appliance exorcism. Yeah, you guys are. We'll just combine them all together, shall we? Oh, yeah. Tanya, I miss orange. Can we do it all for our health and the refrigerator? We have some fairly serious health problems going on with one of our family members also. And we haven't been doing too well. And it's like, can we just kind of lump it all in one exorcism / Pentecostal prayer gathering?
I know just the people we can call.
Shay's at
They'll
the top
bring
of
the
the
anointing oil over.
Shay's
They'll bring all the elders of the church.
They would do it probably.
They'll bring everybody.
Tanya, I miss orange juice. It's just too expensive and the containers are so small. Oh, yeah, I know. Dee Dee, hello, Joseph. Dee Dee says, I took your advice and now I use very little detergent during my washes. I still have at least half a gallon of bottle left for almost a year. Thanks for the great info. You're welcome. Yeah. People don't realize all that extra detergent, all it does is gum up your washer and your dryers. So use a half or a quarter of a dryer sheet. Don't use a dryer sheet at all. Just put a little bit of vinegar on a wash rag and put it in your laundry. You won't smell, the vinegar will dissipate. You won't smell it. But all that extra detergents and everything and softeners, all they do is gum up your washer and dryer. And then you're calling Pistol. And Pistol has to come out and clean all that gunk out.
Nathaniel has a channel.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, that's pretty
Wow.
cool. We should go watch a few videos.
So if you ever see in the chat, you can click on the 3 dots next to somebody's name. And if they have a channel, you can click go to channel and see what their videos are.
Sure enough, he does. He started 8 years ago, he says. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for the prayers. Yeah, we've got some fairly significant, let's see, how do I say this without saying too much? We have some significant health issues going on that aren't healing, but should be healing. So we're just...
For one family member.
Yeah, so we're just kind of praying that will go and heal. Avery, our DDS does silver nitrate treatments to arrest cavity development. It's not that expensive, but it stains the area black. I get this treatment for my children that need it. That's interesting. Hello, True Joy. And Valley Badlands, Alberta, August 16th is Alberta Open Farm Day. We don't open our operation, but I've been busy getting ready for the markets. You should all visit. Oh, should we go to Canada?
We keep thinking we'd like to
August
visit.
16th?
I wonder how... somebody told us how long it took them to get there, but I was trying to think of how long it would take to get there from here, since we're pretty far north in the U.S.
Okay, so
probably
Google,
take us less.
Bounty, Google Sheridan, Wyoming, and see how far it is to get to your house. CC says, I get laundry detergent, buy one, get one free, and use very little. It lasts a long time. Good for you. That is great. Yes. That's one of the things, like, open up the toothpaste, the end of the toothpaste. You'd be shocked. We get at least a week, if not 2 weeks, out of some of the toothpaste containers from the toothpaste that's just stuck in the toothpaste that didn't come out.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bounty Badlands says it should only take us a day.
That's what I thought.
Should we take a whole
I'm
load
curious,
of books?
what is the speed limit up there these days? I don't know if it was all over all of Canada, but 25 years ago when I worked for Washington State University, we went and did some documentary work in BC. And the maximum speed limit on any of the roads we saw was 50 miles an hour, which is fine, but it's just, it's a consideration in how long it takes to drive. Because here the speed limit is 80 in most places in Wyoming and Montana. Montana's 82, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. James
It's a little less in other parts of the U.S., but we have a lot of nothing in between the towns. So I guess they raise it a little.
James says, I didn't care much for having breakfast since it made me sick most of the time growing up. I also didn't care much for milk growing up, but always drink a little at elementary school. Yep. Then he says, he only liked to drink chocolate milk occasionally. Yeah. Nathaniel, I feel you with the health issues going through hip pain, which flares up fairly often due to his cerebral palsy. Oh, man, I can't imagine. That would be so horrible. Valley of Badlands, 100 or 110 kilometers to 60 to 65 miles per hour. 60 to 65.
Kind of like Ireland then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, are you going through a lot of trees up there, or is it prairie? She says she's prairie, though.
Well, I haven't been to Alberta, but I assume Alberta is more like here. Yeah, more prairie and open spaces.
What?
Well, I do know that there's a
does
national park not that far from
Alberta,
them.
Canada.
And there are trees there.
Look like? What does Alberta, Canada look like? Well, they got mountains.
Ooh.
Ooh, they got pretty mountains.
Well, I guess Calgary's in Alberta.
Ooh, do they speak English there?
So.
Oh yeah, we're talking to
Is
them.
it Calgary?
Of course they speak English.
From Cool
Well,
Runnings. I think they were at the Calgary Olympics.
Were they?
Cool Runnings.
Ooh, these are all mountains. There's like tons of mountains.
See, we were wrong.
Ooh.
Wow. But 60 to 65, that's doable.
He says
I definitely would not. Well, I generally don't speed anyway, but I would definitely not speed in another country.
Yeah. DP said a repairman asked for towels to check my washers fix. A lot of soap came out of my clean towels. He told me to use a lot less soap and said it makes the fibers break down faster with the soap left in. Yeah, it does. And one thing, if you're using that much detergent, the first cycle, don't use any detergent at all and just let them wash all of that out and then start doing it, because it's bad on washers. That's one of the top repairs, I think he said, was soap scum from people using too much. All right, Dining on a Dime cookbooks, guys, on sale right now, 25% off on our website, livingonadime.com. Cheap, easy recipes to get you in and out of the kitchen quick. Your family will love. We will see you guys next Wednesday.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.